And I guarantee you, if the Lakers continue to get beat on the boards, they will lose this series.
No one's disagreeing with that. Everyone here, I think, would agree rebounds are important. No one is saying rebounds are important. I will put up $1,000 for Lakers beating the Nuggets. I have no fear in doing that.
Okay, Ron. That's official, Ron. That's official, Ron. That's official.
Around here, like $1,000 is not a problem.
AD's performance was horrible. Why?
No, it was not.
No, it was not. You're not going to let me finish my sentence?
Go ahead. My fault.
Can I not? Y'all get mad at me when I cut y'all off.
My fault. Ticket. Keep going.
Performance was horrible because when the balance of the game, which was the beginning of the game, if you listen to Darvin Ham after the game, the beginning of the game is where the game was lost. AD, who's supposed to be a great defensive player, got dominated not only defensively, but on the boards. The man had 0 rebounds in the first quarter. Jokic, his man, had 12. That was the game right there. Jokic controlled the game from the very beginning of the game and was torching AD. So all of the points AD scored was meaningless because by that time, Jokic had already had a double-double by the end of the first quarter. So his defense was horrific. It was him getting barbecue. It was him not boxing out big Jokic. Jokic was grabbing all the rebounds, and that controlled the game. It was one possession where they got 6 offensive rebounds in the same possession and then finally scored. Right. That's on AD, because normally when AD's rolling in the playoffs, he's giving you 15 to 20 rebounds, not 10. AD had 2 rebounds through the first 3 quarters of the game. That's not going to work. That's not going to work and win you a game. So when you guys always come in here, now when I say AD only had 14 or 15 points and Damo praises AD's defense and the other side of the ball, his shit was trash last night. So let's be honest. Yeah, he scored the points, so it looked pretty, but his real game was trash because he got torched by his man on defense. And by the way, if you don't rebound, you don't win championships. And you know this rule, Chilltown. And Jokic single-handedly out-rebounded the entire Lakers team in the first half of that game. That is unacceptable. That is on AD because I have video of where he's not even boxing out Jokic and Jokic just reaching over and grabbing rebounds. You can't do that, and you can't let a team beat you like that. That is where the game was lost in that first quarter, in the first half of the game. That's where the game was lost. The Lakers made a great run in the second half, but I'm more concerned about AD's defense, which is why Darvin Ham had to switch up and go to Rui Hachimura and change that strategy up, because AD defensively, not only could he not contain Jokic, who was spinning off of him, getting dunks, going by him, dunking on him, but he was also rebounding at a high rate. Now, if you look at the Lowe dropped me a thing after the game last night, and it shows something very significant. He torched AD. He was 10 of 13 from the field when being directly guarded by AD last night. That is torch, and he was grabbing all the rebounds. When he was guarded by Rui Hachimura, he didn't score 1 bucket. So Darvin Ham, Damo is right when he said Ham made a good adjustment, but Ham did what he was supposed to do as far as putting AD on Jokic to start, because that's the matchup. Then when he seen it wasn't working, he had to switch up, which he did, and let's tell the truth. The Lakers had a chance to win the game, and your king, Chilltown, LeBron Ramon James, who had made 3 good plays before that, behind the back pass to old boy Austin Reeves for the 3-ball, 2 3-balls in a row to cut the lead. Then he comes down with a lot of time on the clock, shoots an ill-advised 3 that they didn't even need to shoot at that time. He could have got something better than that because he normally would get something better than that. I've seen him do it in his playoffs where he's gotten good passes to Schroeder or somebody else, or he created a better opportunity for himself. And he came down the next possession, turned the ball over, got stripped, turned the ball over, and came down the next possession and shot an air ball 3. That's the game. So if we're going to tell the truth, AD really had because if y'all come out here and say he had a great game, that's bullshit, because y'all praise his defense and his defense got torched. And it's not just because the points, but it's everything else that he's done. No, I ain't talking about you, Bob. I'm talking about you, Bob. I'm talking about you, Bob. I'm talking about you. I'm saying with the key with Jokic, and Lowe says this all the time, it ain't just the points he scored, but the points he accounted for. Like Elder told me last night, he maxed out on everything. Points, 34.
Hold on,
Can't win like that. Can't win like that. If AD does not play, if AD does not match him rebounding wise and defensively, they're going to lose this series. And I'm telling you right now, you cannot allow Jokic to do what he did last night. Forget the point. I'm talking about the rebounds and the assists. That means everybody else is getting involved. Go ahead, y'all.
So let's start the conversation. Damo, you started the conversation with going slow. Going small. in theory, it actually is a good idea. I know you don't like starting Schroeder. In theory, it's a good idea. The reason why it's a good idea is because what we want to do is we want to slow up their transition game. That's how they get a lot of their action in transition. So what we want to do is we want the pickup point to be earlier, and we want it to be often. Think what happened in 2021 with Phoenix in Milwaukee, where they made an adjustment in Game 3, where Drew Holiday started the pickup point at the basically like the 80-foot line. So he's slowing up their transition game, and now they're getting in their offense later in the shot clock. The problem is that it wasn't slowing up their transition game because Joker was running and they were getting the ball ahead. So now when you're getting shots, he was outrunning Anthony Davis. When you're getting shots, so you got Anthony Davis, you got MPJ, you got Gordon, and you got KCP underneath the basket all rebounding. That's where the problem lies. Now, what the adjustment was one, getting Vando back in the lineup, and then two, getting Hachimura back in the lineup. So when you talk about Anthony Davis getting dominated, just so you know, Joker had 5 rebounds in the second half of the game. 5, that's it.
No, but no, you're not. But hold on, respectfully, chill. That's your brother. Chill, Tam. Your brother, chill, Tam. Hey, hold on, I got one question for y'all. Hold on, as your brother, respectfully. Hold on. But hold on. This is where he's wrong though, because respectfully, the game was won in the first half, because if the Lakers would have been able just to keep on an even playing field, an even keel, and not get down by so many points early, you don't have to fight out of that hole to try to get the game late. You outplayed them in the whole second half of the game. But that first quarter, like Darvin Ham said after the game, they did not set the tone defensively. They did not come with force. They did not play like they wanted to win that game coming out the blocks last night. They got started too late, and that was the balance of the game. So even if AD had 40 points, even if he had 10 rebounds, guess what? It didn't matter, because when you needed him to get started early in the game defensively on the boards, guess what? By the third quarter, the man had 2 rebounds. By the third quarter, Jokic already had 17. That's the game. Forget the scoring. That's the game. So when you get 8 rebounds in the fourth quarter, that don't mean nothing, because you've already been down 20 points. You need to bring that early in the game. You can't let Denver get a lead at home and then play from a leading position at home, because they're at home. That's what happened last night. That's all I'm saying, brother, respectfully.
We're talking about Joker outrunning Anthony Davis, and you got MPJ, you got KCP, you got Gordon, and you got Joker underneath rebounding, right? So they made an adjustment. They went with Vando. They went with Rui in the second half, and Rui opened up the offense. And now Anthony Davis, when he is switched on to Joker, they did start to slow him down in the second half. Joker had 5 rebounds in the second half. Not only did he have 5 rebounds in the second half, Anthony Davis out-rebounded him in the second half total. And we have a 1-possession game with 2 minutes on the clock. So the logic that the game started early and you had to dig yourself back in, well, they did do that, because that's what the NBA is. The NBA is a game of runs, and they got themselves back in the game. We got a 1-possession game with 2 minutes left on the clock. With that being said, we also had a problem defensively. You do not have to dig. You do not have to double when you got Anthony Davis covering Joker. Let him deal with him one-on-one. Yep. There's no reason for Austin Reeves. There's no reason for Lonnie Walker to come down there and dig. Let him deal with him, because on the other end, he's going to make him work. That's number 2.
Get cooked, Chilton.
Even if he's getting,
who cares?
Even if he's getting cooked, he's doing that also. Because I've seen many times where Anthony Davis has gotten shots and Joker drops his arms in discouragement. And the reason why is because I got to deal with him too offensively, especially when the game slows down. That's number 2. Number 3, I thought that the Lakers could have done a better job in just and getting more action off the basketball. The problem that we had with Joker and Anthony Davis is Joker is like Joe Montana. He's like Tom Brady, if I'm using a football analogy. If you let him just stand in the pocket and throw the football, he's going to destroy you. So if Joker is standing there with all of that action going on off the basketball and there's no ball pressure on him, he's basically looking over the top and he's getting whatever he wants. The Lakers' off-ball defense was terrible. Something simple as just swinging your head and getting in the passing lane. They couldn't do that. And that was a lot what went on in the first half. In the second half, they made adjustments to that. They rebounded better. Not only did they rebound better, the pickup point was sooner. They did a better job on pick and rolls, because in the first 3 quarters, we're talking about a Denver team that got whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. They shot 57% from the floor the first 3 quarters and 50% from the long ball line. Just so you know, Joker in the fourth quarter, 0 points and 2 rebounds. That's it.
I'm with you. I'm not against you on that, my brother. All I'm saying to you is what Darvin. All I'm saying to you is what Darvin Ham and every other pro basketball coach know. When you in the playoffs on the road, you do not want to be playing from that many points down. You don't want to be talking about we got to fight to get back in the game. Bro, they were down 20 points late in the third quarter. You don't want to be in that position on the road. On the road, you play on the road because if the Lakers don't, yes, they were down 20 late in the third, bro. I'm watching the game.
In the third quarter,
my man, Chill Town. I have
Joker hit that 3 to put
Chill. You my boy. Chill. You're my boy. I got the screenshot. When Jamal Murray hit the 3, they were down 20 late in the third. Jamal Murray came down and hit the 3. They were down 20. The Lakers made a hellified run, bro. I'm not lying to you. Only thing I'm saying to you is this. I'm not disagreeing with nothing you said about the second half. But I'm saying when you're in the playoffs, on the road, I don't care if you're playing whatever team you're playing. If I'm in LA playing the Lakers, I don't want to get down 20 and then have to fight to get back in the game and talk about, oh, it was a one-possession game. That's why LeBron said after the game, it doesn't matter that we got back one possession. We got our ass whooped because we didn't come out early like we were supposed to. That's what Joe King said after the game. He said exactly what I'm saying. So what I'm saying to you is, sir, if the Los Angeles Lakers match that energy, if AD was boxing out and doing his job and keeping Joker off the boards, the Lakers would have probably won this game going away. But since you allowed them to control the boards, and I told you, it was one possession, they had 6 offensive rebounds in the same possession. That's when I knew the Lakers were going to lose the game. Because if you're giving them 6 offensive rebounds and Denver's continue to get the offensive rebounds missing and continue, and then they finally score, that lets me know that the effort is not there at that time. So you can't come up Johnny come late on the road. At home, that might work because you got your home crowd working with you. They're going to give you energy to get back in the game. But on the road in a place like Denver, you have to play them even keel early, or you have to jump on their ass early in the game. Therefore, when it's late in the game, when you know the crowd is going to be in the game, and that's how they won the game last night too, because the crowd was kind of pushing them a little bit, and then Aaron Gordon, they get the steal, Aaron Gordon gets the alley-oop, get basically game over from there. So what I'm saying, all I'm saying to you is, dog, that AD defensively has to match Jokic early in the game. And I'm not saying that, okay, maybe next game Roy's guarding him, but I'm saying, okay, well, guess what? Now you got to be on the boards, because regardless of what you said, you can't take away that man had 2 rebounds late in the third quarter in the whole game. So I don't care what you did in the fourth quarter if you lost the game, because this man had 16 and 2 rebounds. If I'm a coach and I'm looking at my player like I'm saying, we're getting murdered on the boards because you ain't doing your job. That's your guy.
So he came out and did his job. So he came out in the second half and did his job. He came out in the second half. No.
But they lost. They didn't do their job. They lost. They lost the game. They lost the game.
In the first half, we lost the game in the first half. Absolutely true. He adjusted. He said, okay, I need to make an emphasis on getting on the boards and keeping him off the boards. And he did that. You sitting here, and this is my issue with you. You sitting here giving this kind of energy to AD, but you sat there and kept and caped on that damn caping for James Harden you did and blamed everybody else.
No,
James Harden. No. Let me finish. You sat there. Oh, James Harden played bad, but you got Embiid. You got Maxey. You got Harris. You got him. No. Let me finish. So I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna look you in this camera, and I'm gonna sit here and say, "Oh man, AD still finished with 40 and 10. AD still did what he was supposed to do. He sat. I don't know who you think is going to sit here and actually lock up Jokic."
And I guarantee you, if the Lakers continue to get beat on the boards, they will lose this series.
No one's disagreeing with that. Everyone here, I think, would agree rebounds are important. No one is saying rebounds are important. I will put up $1,000 for Lakers beating the Nuggets. I have no fear in doing that.
Okay, Ron. That's official, Ron. That's official, Ron. That's official.
Money around here, like $1,000 is not a problem.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.